We are here at the pro-Palestine encampment of Oxford University, where many students have set up dozens of tents outside the Pitt Rivers Museum in solidarity with Gaza. Like their peers at other university campuses, students protesting here demand the full divestment from Israel and boycott of Israeli-linked companies. They vow to continue standing with Palestinians until what they say total liberation. There is an atmosphere of solidarity at the encampment where people with different backgrounds have joined the protest, including Jewish students. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has recently called on university administrators to protect Jewish students from what he described harassment and anti-Semitic abuse.
No, absolutely not. I've been sleeping in camp since Monday, and I would say that I feel safer here at this encampment than I usually do at the University of Oxford as a Jewish student. We've invited Jewish students from around the university to come into camp and have conversations. We understand that some Jewish students feel very differently about what's happening in Gaza, but to us, that's really not the point. This is a genocide. 1.7 million people are currently at risk of displacement during the current escalation in Rafah, and to us, those are the real people who are at risk of severe fear and unsafety. And so we're more than happy for Jewish students from around the community to come in and chat with us about that. And we are trying to create a very welcoming environment where people can have those conversations. So we have several demands. They fall broadly under the categories of disclose, divest, rebuild. Our disclosure demands involve the fact that the university currently does not disclose any of its endowment investments to the students or staff at this university. So first we're asking for disclosure so that then we can transition into divestment. We are demanding that the university divest from all arms companies, and specifically any companies involved in the Israeli occupation, apartheid, and genocide currently happening in Gaza. We are going to stay here until we have a democratic process in which we decide that we feel satisfied with our progress and are ready to close down camp. I don't know when that will be, and we're prepared to stay until that happens.
So Oxford as an institution has been deeply complicit in many kind of colonial projects over the years, and especially now with the apartheid and genocidal state in Israel. Our demands for the university are mainly for it to disclose all information about its investments. So if our student fees are being used to fund the genocide, we want to know about it. Two, to divest. We don't want our student fees going to a genocide, and that should stop immediately. To break ties with Israeli universities, stop any student programs there. For amnesty for students, to make Oxford a place of sanctuary for people protesting and taking a conscientious stance, and finally to help rebuild Gaza after this destructive genocidal war. I think it's a very joyful and live atmosphere. There's a lot of joy and resistance. It feels terrible to just sit at home and accept that all of your money is going to an institution that's going to spend it on murdering innocent children. Taking that step and saying, no, I can't be part of this anymore. I refuse to be a part of it, and in fact, I'm going to be against it. I'm going to take a stand. I think it's something that gives people a lot of relief, a lot of hope and joy in themselves. But we have to remember, we're always here for Gaza. We do updates about what's going on in Gaza every day. We have vigils every night, and if we keep grounded in that, we need to know right now what's happening. Rafah is being invaded, a tiny area of land hosting over 1 million people right now.